Big thanks to Bluefin Distribution for sending this one out. Check them out and links to buy in the description.
Kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey there, collectors. It is Steven here, and welcome to my review of the Gundam Universe RX-93V Gundam, or New Gundam. Now, if you are a longtime Tamashii Nations fan, if I were to say metal structure, there should be a chill that runs up your spine over the awesomeness that was that release. Yeah, that was pretty dang cool. It was quite a significant release for Tamashii Nations, and now we are going away from the rather expensive New Gundam release to what is an affordable $25 to $30 release here. And the big question is going to be not if this is going to be a replacement for that awesome release that so many diehard fans would like to get, but whether or not you're going to be spending your money and getting a nice return on investment. And I am very, very pleased to say you may want to check out this whole review. So let's take a look to see whether or not New Gundam is worth adding into your collection. There's going to be a couple of new metal jokes, sorry. This one here actually ended up being my second favorite of Wave 5 for Gundam Universe in terms of how it looks. Reason being is, well, the paint applications here are rather nicely applied. We do have the metallic greens that are used for the eyes and on the chest of the New Gundam, and it just looks rather rock solid. There are a couple of spots here where I'm sort of confused as to whether or not there is a molding of multicolored plastic or it's just well executed yellow paint. So that is definitely going to make me one happy camper. Yellow like corn. All right, I've fulfilled my obligation. I think I'll stop there. Otherwise, in terms of marbling or swirling in the plastic, we don't have that. I'm not seeing any sort of quality control issues like any flash marks or excessive plastic left over from the molding process. Not seeing that whatsoever. Now, if I take a real up close look with a macro extender for my camera, I'm talking even beyond the not often used 20mm one, you're going to be able to see a couple of issues here and there, like things not being applied absolutely pixel perfect. But come on, it's about $30. Overall, for looks, New Gundam here is very good. Well, I think I've already shown that this particular Gundam has just fine articulation. We can reach back and we can grab the beam saber effect part, which is very cool. We'll take a look at the accessories in just a minute. But yes, articulation on this one is really good, and we do have this fin funnel system. Again, we'll take a closer look at the accessories, but just keep in mind, there is going to be one point which has articulation, and that is actually going to be a whole separate accessory. So let me go ahead and just pop that off now that I've shown that. And then we do have the actual fin funnel, I suppose, and that is not going to have any range of movement at all. Now, I will want to say this. I just moved this extended funnel a little bit, and I heard a small crack. I don't see where on this may have broken, but keep in mind, I just did a little bit of this, heard a crack, haven't heard it since. So just keep in mind that this can be fragile when you are moving this one around, and you don't want to try to break anything. So what I did, it was, an accident, but hey, it is what it is. Something to keep in mind. Now, articulation is pretty much going to be on par with the Gundam Universe lineup, which, guess what, is actually pretty good. So that means that the head is going to be on a ball joint, so we can twist, turn, side to side, rock, up, down, and then where the neck is plugged into the body, I guess on a little podium, if you will, that is going to be on a ball joint as well, so we can get some good movement for getting this particular one to look around. This does plug in, so we'll take a look at that in the accessories. Shoulder pads are going to be on ball joints, which is good. Good armor movement. We do have hinges, so this way we can raise and lower the arms. The shoulder pads do not hinder the articulation really whatsoever, which is good. Effectively, it's very natural movement. We do have ball joints for the shoulders. There we go. It does collide into the funnel system, so be careful there. If you do want to remove that, which you could, it's not a mandatory thing. We get full movement there. As you may know, dedicated bicep swivels, which are good, and double hinges for the elbows, which that is our range of movement there. Very, very good. come on. Ball jointed wrists. We do have a ball joint for the waist, so we can rock forward and back, tilt a little bit from side to side. Something that's pretty common with these figures is that if you have the backpack on and you're grabbing them while moving the figure, this may cause it to pop off with ease. Just something to keep in mind. Not really a quality control issue so much. For the little skirt area, I suppose, all the parts, 1, 2, 3, 4 being all, are going to be on hinges and swivels, so this way we can raise them and lower them to get them out of the way for the legs when they move, and they do also move also accordingly, like so, for action poses. So let me just fix that a little bit there for you. There you go. So that's pretty nice for them to do that, not soft plastic, which does help for, I guess, long-term stability of the figure. So this way nothing's going to crack. So what do we have for the hips? Well, we do have ball jointed hips, kick forward and back about that far, side to side about that far without popping anything off. There is going to be a dedicated thigh swivel where the ball joint portion of the socket plugs into the thigh up here, that connection. It is difficult to move, and more often than not, I've popped a leg off before I've gotten that to move. But without that, we still get some good movement in the swivel department there. We do have, from the ball joint to be clear, double hinge knees. That's going to be the extent of the range of movement there. And then for the ankles, we are going to have a ball joint system where it looks like it plugs into the leg on a ball joint, and then it appears that it's just going to be a ball joint where the foot plugs into the ankle. So we can twist it and turn it all the way around, really, if we want. Very good. A little bit of ankle rocker movement side to side. So yes, this Gundam in particular is very good. V for victory, which this one can take a whole bunch of fun victory poses. Very nice. All right, accessories time, and let's maybe try doing it like this. Give me some feedback. Let me know how it goes. So, new Gundam is going to come with quite a few accessories. Honestly, I think this whole wave of Gundam Universe figures, they're pretty well stacked for accessories. And what do we have? Well, obviously, it's going to be a Gundam, so we are going to have a backpack. We already took a look at this. Naturally, not the best look. We are now so much better. We are also going to get a beam saber part, which just kind of goes in this section of the backpack. Very good, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep it in for right now. Now, what else do we get? Well, this is new Gundam, so we're going to have fin funnel option parts. Now, this actually works in a pretty cool way because we do have this one large section of all the interconnected parts, which there is a little notch here on the backpack. This just kind of goes in at an angle, despite the fact that it doesn't necessarily look like that from the accessories, but it does go in at the angle, and we're good to go. Now, we do have one optional part here that is actually articulated, and if you have a Tamashii stage part, you can recreate separation scenes, and you can open and close it, so it is articulated on 2 hinges. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's say you wanted to do something else with this. You see this little peg there. All you got to do is just attach one of the side parts there, like so. And there you go. Now the fin funnel system has one extra part, however you would like to display it. All right. Now something else, we do have a Tamashii stage adapter part, which just plugs in at the bottom there. Very good. Now, new Gundam is going to come with an alternate right-hand part, which you kind of already saw before. There you go. And with articulation, it fits. But what I would say to do, if you wanted to get this pose, do one of these. Like that. So this way it looks like he's getting ready to do a draw slash, right? Now, what is that for? Well, you remove that part, and bada bing, bada boom, we get ourselves a pink beam saber. And that looks great. So here's pretty much the full loadout for new Gundam here for accessories, and here'll be a couple of closer shots of the particular pink beam saber, because that is neon pink. I hope that comes out pretty well with pictures. But yeah, this is going to be everything that new Gundam comes with. I mean, obviously we do have other guns and so forth that may be possible, along with some other funnel parts here. But for the price point, 25, 30 bucks. This is pretty good. We have a whole bunch of different option parts for displays. Basically, if you're looking for something that's going to be fun to put on your shelf, this is going to be it. Now, unfortunately, we do not get a support stand, which actually does work rather nicely. I do love these adapter systems that they use for their, not only just Gundam Universe, but they do also use it for Robot Spirits as well. So we can see that it does support our Gundam friend here. Let's just do a quick test there. Yep, see how nice that is? Yeah. No support stands included, but if you are looking for some, you know I have videos to help you out, along with other videos for accessories and effect parts. So overall, for the price point, I think that new Gundam here is going to come with pretty much all of the essentials for this release. And to round everything up, here is going to be a size comparison with all of Wave 5 of Gundam Universe. Quite frankly, these are a rather rock-solid size for any collector. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. New Gundam, quite frankly, is very cool, and it has a few different display options based on the accessories if you want to go all out with the funnel system, or if you just kind of want a simple, straightforward new Gundam. Yep, good job putting that in the title there. Overall, if you are looking for a solid entry in the Gundam Universe lineup, I do like this one a lot, and I think fans of the character, whether it's just going to be Gundam or anything from Char's Counterattack, yeah, it's going to be a good release. Ooh! Char's Counterattack. Wonder if we got anything from Char in Wave 5. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.